welcome to Vlogmas day 17. As usual, we'll start with the Advent calendar. So popping open number 17, and this is the bauble this time. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to put that back on the tree in a moment. So today I have got my new, well, I'm calling it a lounge set because I'm not due to go out anytime today. I've got quite a bit to get done, so I'm just being uncomfortable. So don't sleep in these because they're too thick. It's the Bearing Gifts set that I got from Poundland with the lovely fleecy comfortable bottoms. So today I'm hopefully going to get his and her stocking fillers done today, and a few other bits and pieces depending on how long my video is going to be, because sometimes the stockings, normally I split them between his and hers on 2 different days, but unfortunately I'm doing all today because we are running out of time. So hopefully you'll follow me on my day. First thing today, I want to share stocking fillers. I've already done a 4-year-old granddaughter, but this is for male and female. And some of the items could obviously be for male or female. So, you know, these are the ideas that I use. And sometimes I've had sort of themes, and other times I've just gone with what I believe that person sort of would require or need or something like that. But first of all, stockings. I do have a variety of stockings here. We have our usual ones. This one was actually quite expensive. This was from Amazon. I think this was about £10 actually. But very often, this is our youngest son's one, and this is just an extra. So, you know, anything, maybe a game or something, if I bought him a game in the past. I mean, it is a fair few years old now, and I haven't actually used it in the last couple of years. With reference to us, this is mine and hubby's. Now, these are possibly 20 plus years old. So mine is the red one, hubby's is the green one with the reindeer. I believe these came from Tesco's, I'd like to say. I know they're years old. I'm not actually 100% sure, but as I said, they were like 20 plus years old. So that's ours with the reindeer. And then our 2 sons have got the same sort of stockings, but they're penguins. So yeah. Our daughter-in-law's is this one when she sort of joined the family as such. Hers is this furry one. I thought it was more glam, especially when I first met her. So she's got the glam one. I can't share our granddaughters because that's I can't share our granddaughter's stocking because I've already packed it, so that's already and done with. But you know, I have a couple of selections. This wasn't big enough because it's quite tight, you know, thing. So she's got more, I would say, more of a cheapy stocking this time. It was already in my stash, and I think I used it last year as well because I couldn't get enough in. It was something like this I've used for our granddaughter because it's bigger and it was more flexible. So I tend to have these. I went for a stage. I purchased no end of stockings after Christmas. One time it was a holiday shop, and I must have paid about 25p each for these stockings, and I must have bought about 10 of them. So we have this one. Very often now, these sort of things are not big enough, so, but I won't get rid of them because they're sentimental, if that makes sense. And this is the sort of thing that I normally have in my stash sort of thing in my collection, because these are extras. And one year there was 12 of us plus 3 dogs, and I had stockings for everybody. That was a Christmas when I was working as well. So that's just going through the stockings. So I'm going to start off with male stocking ideas. As I said, this might not be appropriate for the males in your life, but it might give you some ideas on what to use. Right, so I've got quite a lot of pieces down here. This isn't all just for one male, this is across the board. There's certain things that I'm not actually going to share due to the fact they are private. You know, sometimes, you know, I've got family members with me when I'm shopping anyway, and they see me picking up maybe 2 or 3 of the same item. They know then that it's for stockings or whatever. But I have got some surprises, and also a declaration. Items are at different prices. I might not necessarily state all the prices. Quite a lot of this stuff you've probably seen me in my hauls, but also sometimes if it's a game or a DVD or something like that, or Blu-ray, which it is on this instance, then sometimes I do actually include them in the stocking, and family members are actually aware of that it could be their main present, if that makes sense. So let's get started. As I say, quite a lot of it is recapping what I've purchased, and you've seen it in my hauls. First one is salt and pepper shakers. Now I know this might seem weird, but they are superhero ones. Got them from Tesco's. I think they were reduced down to £1.50. I bought these months ago. So I've got Superman here, and yeah, do excuse if I'm whistling, I got Batman here. These are for the guys because both of them, well, one's already got a household, the other one is saving up to you know, eventually have his own home. So it's always nice, and it's a novelty in a way, but it's also useful. Salt and pepper shakers, great. I know it might sound weird, but both my sons, when they do get time, they do like to cook, which I know sounds weird. My youngest was originally going to consider going into the sort of food industry and become a cook or chef, but then decided to go, because he was on a seesaw about it, and went the mechanic side. So yeah, so that's something there. This is where I say I've duplicated things. Socks, one's, yes, you've got it, Superman, one's Batman. So always handy to have in the stockings, so that I always include socks. There's certain things. Also pens. Again, Superman, Batman, both use pens, whether it's at work, at home, or whatever. Always handy to have, and I think near enough every adult has got a pen of some sort in their stocking. I have got a couple of these. I've left the other one there. I bought these bar fizzlers, yeah, bar fizzlers, in you know, sort of the Avengers. Like I said, we're quite a family who likes DC and Marvel and everything like that. So yeah, and they do like their bath products. Not so much this side, but I have included, as I have said, beanies and gloves. So this came from Poundland, you can see that was £1, and these were £1 as well. And these are really thick insulated gloves, because one time, like I said in the past, we went for a walk, unluckily they hadn't got hats or gloves because I wasn't expecting it, but then they could take it out their stocking. I do include male and female tissues, and I got the snowman, and that was a whole pack of 10 or 12 from Poundland. I do that even at Easter. Male and female have all got their face masks. I think the gents have got them as Father Christmas, and you'll see the ladies, I think they're Elf. Bath products, anything like that. I have going to include probably shaving gel as well, but that's still upstairs. But you know, quite a lot of the guys like the Lynx brands, so I do take note of what sort of toiletries, especially immediate family, do use. each of the guys, I've got these. These are from Poundland as well, mini chocolates. Funny enough, I haven't at the moment included, and probably won't, a lot of chocolates and sweets, because most of the families I've brought boxes of biscuits and the tubs of sweets, so I haven't really, you know, gone too much on the sweet side. Socks again, I had to pick these up. Most of my guys are into gaming of some form, and I thought these were really good, and these were from Tesco's. £2. Normally Christmas socks I tend to buy after the season for the following year, but I couldn't resist these, and so I got those. And I don't know if it's a trend, and I'm sure my eldest son doesn't mind. I know there is a trend where you wear odd socks, and I know he does, and I think my daughter-in-law does as well. I just think it's something they do. So very often I keep buying them socks, especially sometimes the same. Most of male and females have actually got the sanitizer. This one was from Home Bargains. I think it was £1 or £1.49. It's just got his initial on, and yes, it has got a gaming theme. I've included a Marvel pen. I think these were reduced down to 75p. Again, you know, a couple of pens. And I have brought the chocolate pods as well for the stockings. A lot of the guys have also got the calendar, and I mentioned this, I got these from the Card Factory. These were £1.50, and usually, especially their stockings, they fit in, but I know you've got your phones and everything, but I don't know about you, I still like visually to see a calendar, so I've got two. And also for this person, I have got him a t-shirt. I've said this before, and I can roll it up. Very often I probably won't necessarily wrap this up, and I put a bow around it like that. In the past, I've also ended up enclosing those little material bags you can get from Poundland with all the characters on. I've got them upstairs actually, but it might not be a necessity this year. Normally if we congregate and they open the stockings here, I know it sounds awful, I asked them if they could decant their stocking into the canvas bag, which is part of their gift, again wrapped up with a ribbon in the stocking, so I can have the stockings back, because sometimes they filter back quite late when I've already put the decorations up in the loft. I do put them then in a Christmas crate with my Christmas gifts, obviously for the following year, but it's nice sometimes to do that. It's not going to happen this time because the stockings are going to the homes rather than opening them here. A few extras on this side. These, again, I get things in. Don't want to show you too much because I don't want it. But I use these, have the stocking fillers in, and this goes on the top of a shelf in the wardrobe. I've got 3 of these, and has the stocking fillers or little gifts depending on the season and what it's for. Like sometimes this happens for Easter baskets as well. And also that's also why I say sometimes these can be a bit too bulky, but most of my family like these, so I tend to get these in, and I only like to pay £1 for them. I know sometimes they can go up in price, so that's that one. This is on the sweet lines. Mine, especially heavy, and I bought 5 or 6 packets of these, like the Skittles, and I like them having these because they're not sodden out, because they're, as you probably know, they're all white, so you don't know what flavour you're getting. Also the fruit pastels, these are the strawberry and blackcurrant. Again, it's something that always disappears out of the packet, and leaving something like the lemon and lime ones, do you know what I mean? So I've got a few packets of these with the 2 favourite flavours. They did try this when I first seen it in Iceland, and I've seen it all over the place now. As you know, hubby loves the drumstick range, so I've got some of these bars as well, and I did get them to sample it a while back when I first seen it, and they all liked it, so I got some extra bars in. I couldn't get the Superman, but I managed to get the Batman sort of chocolate coins to go in with this one. And also there's also a gingerbread bar, which I haven't got here. This is the Winter Wonderland edition bars of chocolate. I like these things because it's surprising how much you can sort of not ram but slip into the stocking, so every little nook and cranny is full. Sometimes, depending on time limit, I will wrap everything up that goes in stocking. Other times part and part, so like the chocolate sweets probably not so much, but say what I'm going to share now, like DVDs, games, Blu-rays, anything like that, then yes, I probably would wrap those up because it could be part of the main gift. So some of the things I've got here, Mr. Holmes, I mean for any age really, but especially maybe for an older male. I do like this movie, I've seen it a couple of times, but a lot of, well, I tend to subsidise it with Christmas movies or things like this that I can get from Poundland as well. So there is that. And this one, I'm just putting this as an example. This is actually a present. He knows about it. This is hubby. This is actually Lego Marvel collection, and you've got the 3-in-1. I did actually mention this. This I think was on offer for £22, which I thought was really good for 3 games. Very often I don't buy the games. I will say to one another, you know, the guys, I say, is there a game you want? Very often they get it on PlayStation Store, but I leave it to them. They research it where the best place to actually purchase it from. And because I must admit, some of the games, especially my youngest son, they can run really expensive, especially if you want the whole thing, the expansion packs and everything. I'm not technically minded, and they can run £80 odd, maybe even more. So that's not in my budget, but yeah, so this wasn't too bad. Hubby's not so much for expensive games, like a lot of those I've been out a while, and he has got 1 or 2 on different consoles, but he wanted it all on the PlayStation 4, and it was a reasonable offer because they've been out a while. This is, I love the price, and this was Blu-ray. This is from Poundland. It is because all the DC, Marvel, superhero type things, Fantastic Four, we're collecting them on Blu-ray, and there was a time when Poundland did actually only charge £1 for their Blu-rays, but even £2 I thought was okay. Brilliant for that extra little gift in the stocking, and it can run, you know, reasonable, and also the DVDs are only £1. This one I hung on, I think I paid £12.79. It did start off £15 or £16, but I did hang on. This is part of my well, I should say our youngest son's main present. It's the Fast and Furious 9. It slipped out the container because a couple of years ago we bought him the complete box set. He's had it on DVD, then he had it on Blu-rays and things like that. So this is the number 9. So that was originally £15, but a bit lower. So that's the sort of thing that would get wrapped up. So recapping, besides that, sometimes I've done even instead of a movie bucket, a movie stocking, where you could put maybe I don't know, a beer maybe, or lager, or a soft drink in, popcorn, sweets, a DVD or a couple of DVDs depending on your price limit. It could be, as I said, something from Poundland like this, or it could be the main present, you know, if you're doing it singly like that, or you can do maybe even a family Christmas stocking, something like that, but very often I do that as a basket or a bucket or a box. Just a few ideas. Also, I've done tools before, especially the miniature tools. I've done things like the industrial, like tape measures, screwdriver sets and things like that, especially our eldest son on Christmas. He got a lot of those sort of things because he was starting up his, you know, his first main home. So sometimes they have that sort of thing. These did originally start off more like I thought superheroes, but it's sort of extended from that. So I'm just going to sort of shovel, slide the stuff across, and then we'll get on to female ideas. Now for the female part of stocking fillers, ideas and everything. Again, I'd like to point out that not everything is included. There is some surprises. So I have my usual things that I normally include. Some things can be for male and female, as I said, and some items may be sort of repeated. So for the females, again, hat, very reasonable, £1 from Poundland, and gloves. So I got these sort of together. I haven't included scarves, but that's something else that actually could be included, but I haven't at this time. For some reason, scarves don't seem to go missing as much as hats and gloves. I don't know why. I think maybe you don't take scarves off as much as, but you put, I don't know about you, I do it. Gloves, hat, stuff it in my fleecy jacket, you know, and sometimes they can fall out and things like that. So yeah, so that's one thing. With this one, I am including those pyjamas. I'm hoping they may fit in, they may not. I'll have to see, but that was the idea by these pyjamas, because the other person's got a t-shirt, this couple. I like to include things like this. Again, this is Poundland, Good Vibes Only. I thought this was really sweet. And also, as I said, EOS, this was, I'm sure this was Poundland as well. Whether it was £1 or more, I don't know. And this is Strawberry Sorbet. That's that one. I've included these, I think these came from, I like to say, poundshop.com. And it's the Dreamy Donuts Sweet Treats soap by Imperial Leather. And I just think that is, the packaging is so cute on that. Very often, you know, nice soaps is nice to include. Pen, I bought these, I don't know, 49p or something. I think these were from the range. I bought quite a few of these. Always nice. I haven't included a notebook as yet. I have got some notebooks in my stationery sort of bucket upstairs. Like I said, face mask. Sometimes I do a spa basket, but I'm including this all in their stocking. So there's that one. So the other one was the Santa. I've included socks. I've got these penguins. Sometimes, depending on the packaging, sometimes again I like to sort of roll them up, maybe even take this off, put a bit of ribbon around if I'm not wrapping them up. This one I got from Tesco's. Were £2.50 down to £1. Pigs in blankets. And I thought that's sweet. That's why I look out for these sort of things. If you can afford to, I always have a budget for after Christmas, and this is how I save my money, and this is why they do tend to have a lot in their stockings. Usually it's something that's useful. Again, I've got the Christmas pud. Yes, for the females, again, tissues. And one year, a couple of years ago, a lot of them would turn up with colds and they were handy to have tissues. This one has actually got nail files. I haven't included a nail polish as yet, because I've gave her nail polishes before, but these are the Disney. She loves Disney, so I've included the emery boards. They were £1 from Poundland. This is another one of those sanitizers. They've all got these in their stockings this year, and I couldn't get her initial, so I got her the Panda one. Some of these were £1, some £1.49. I do apologise, I can't remember the price. Somewhere around that. So she's got the Panda one. Even our granddaughter has got her own sanitizer. This is actually probably more, I don't know if it was Christmas range or Mother's Day, but it hasn't got Mothering Sunday on. It's just got Mum, You Are a Star. So on Mum, it's on one sock. On the other sock, it's got You Are a Star. I've left the ticket on. As you can see, this was from Asda. It was £2.50 down to £1. But I just love the box. And to tell you the truth, I think that's very Christmassy. So it hasn't got Mothering Sunday on. I'm sure I bought this a while back. Sometimes I can't really remember. It's in my book, my gift log, as I said, so I know where I got things from, how much I paid or whatever. So sometimes people do ask where I've got them from, although my immediate family do understand that I do buy things after the season or through the year, so it might not necessarily be available. And I have actually included this bath sponge. I think this might have been Home Bargains, I'm not 100% sure. We've got one in our bathroom at the moment, and it's that one. I thought it can go along with you know, any toiletries that I include. So that's a few. I've got some more this side. Again, more pens. These are got little sayings on. These were from Poundland. Your handwriting is sensational. You are absolutely marvellous, and you look truly fabulous. You know, just things like that. Something else that could be included is nails, fake nails, nail polish, you know, nail wraps, anything like that. Especially if I was to do something like this, I would probably do it either last thing, sort of Christmas Eve while watching TV, especially if I'm, you know, done all my housework and everything, wrapping everything so they don't come off, or I do them first thing if I've got time Christmas morning, due to the fact I don't cook Christmas dinner. That is husband's domain, and same is normally New Year's Day if we've got the full turkey roast dinner. He does Christmas Day and New Year's Day, so I have that little bit of time to myself to zhuzh up, you know, and put me glam on. So yeah, because normally I'm preparing stuff like Christmas Eve, it's hubby's birthday, so I do like to look respectable. I do like to, you know, sort of look Christmassy and everything, but I am baking, cooking, you know, preparing food. Even though you put an apron on, it's not the same, so I don't tend to have, you know, gorgeous nails. I keep them, well, they're quite short at the moment. I did do these the other day, and this was a duo set, and I'm really loving it. Again, I think it was something I had years ago from Poundland. I know this is sad, and I've said this sometimes, a couple of bits I've actually got myself, and I got my own sanitizer because I specifically wanted the deer. I know this is sad. One year I did say to the guys, go off, they went into Poundland and they bought me a lot of crafting pieces, and they went off round by themselves, and they told me, you know, after I'd opened my stocking, I had a lot of duplicates because they went their own separate ways, but they ended up getting very similar or the same item due to the fact they knew what I'd like, right from glue dots and you know, washi tape and all that sort of thing, and I love that. But anyway, I've got the D, this bright pink with the little you know, sort of fuzzy ball on there, so just something handy to have. Something that I include for male and female. If you've seen back a while back, me and hubby did have a spa treatment in the caravan. It did nothing but shiver, say it was cold, and little moan, you know, a nice moan if there's such thing. And I gave him the face mask, the hands and the feet. Well, this is the printed foot pack, so I think that was Poundland. This is the last one. I said I had no end of these because I got them all from Primark, and these were all like originally £3 down to £1, and I had so many of these because I just bought about 10 of them, and this I think is the last one I've got, which is a Minnie Mouse one. And this is the sort of thing you can put a gift card in, and even depending on what your costing is, it could be just like a £5 of Costa card or something like that, or if it's your the main present, then obviously you can put in more. But I just think sometimes looking out for these gift card holders after the season, so you've got them for the next year, brilliant. Also a good idea, you can send these through the post in a small packaging. It's not going to cost you too much in postage. Socks, these are probably going to be for my stocking. I have already got one set, and I've got another one. They were £5 down to £3, and it's 3 pairs of PlayStation socks. Again, this is a face mask, and this is the gonk type one, so always sort of nice to have. Again, depending on how you know, full the bag is, I do tend to sometimes the thermal socks, and these are the, sometimes I get the slipper socks that have got the grip on the bottom of them. These are the really thick ones. If it doesn't go in the stocking for any reason, then I wrap it up separately, and I'm hopefully going to share some of my wrapping as well. I didn't, my granddaughter's, because let's face it, she's 4. Is she going to be bothered? If it's a bag, if it's a nice gift bag or something, yeah, she's over the moon with that. But wrapping the gifts like that, I don't do anything really very special. Sometimes I put bits on, like candy canes, crayons, whatever, on the actual ribbon. I didn't even put the ribbons on, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to bother or not, because they're all in her actual named sack. I think you can guess who this one is for when I open it up. Yeah, this was from Amazon. I think it was $4.95. I'm sure it is. Not that I need another bag, but owl, because the guys keep turning around, what we can get you for Christmas. To tell you the truth, I don't really know of anything particularly. I'm more concentrating on getting everybody else's sorted, or my lists and everything organised for Christmas, and I'm still tweaking my decor. Yes, that you're going to see pictures of me or video me still tweaking, but the cut off point is going to be Sunday night. I want absolutely everything that can be done by Sunday night, so I can relax a bit next week, because it's Christmas week. Also, I have got a few appointments. I've also got a hospital appointment with my eyes, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to see properly as well. But there's the owl bag, and it's quite a strong one. And to tell you the truth, not necessarily for shopping, I like to put like my craft projects in, because I can carry it around or whatever. But I just fell in love with that bag. When I mentioned DVDs, this one was actually a Poundland one. I'll be next door for Christmas. I'm sure I've seen this, but I only paid 25p for this. I didn't know it was that, and I bought it after Christmas because it had a sale, but it didn't really explain what it was, and I think at the time a lot of things were 25p, so it's just nice to put in a Christmas movie or any DVD. You saw me having the soap one, and this is the bath foam. I haven't put this out. I'm going to put this out maybe a day or a couple of days before Christmas. It's not actually Christmas related. It's like the London one. There's the London Eye and everything. But I just think it reminds me the colours of candy canes. If I was to put this out too soon, it would go missing. And it is the Bayliss and Harding. And for the life of me, I might have to go back at some point. I cannot remember where I got it from. So if anybody out there knows where to get this from, then let me know. I don't even know if I got it this year. I can't remember when I actually purchased it. But that is actually not going into a stocking. That will be going in our bathroom. But I just wanted to show you something. And anything like that, this is something else. I know I'm not talking to you as idiots, but obviously it takes me a while to pack these stockings because that is quite heavy, so that will go down the foot. It's no good packing your whole stocking and finding out, hang on a minute, you know, and that is heavy, that you don't want to squish anything. And although it's no hardship, but I don't like to break chocolate and everything, so that's that. And then the last thing, which is in its wrapper, this is just an example. This is actually what I had in my stocking a few years ago. It was from Amazon. Is this person. Now I won't necessarily use it like that. That would be if I was going on holiday anywhere and I had my bigger bag, because it's got all the pockets and everything, clips like so, you see, to put anything in that needs to, you know, be sort of contained. But I know people will have that, and it has got a place to put cards in, but a purse, wallet or something, you know, like that. But has a lot of uses, but I just wanted to include that. So I'm a bit concerned about the timing on this video because there was other things that I wanted to actually include in today's Vlogmas. So what I might have to do is see what else it can include. I have got a list what I want to get done today because I had a couple of you know, fairly rough days where I've been in pain, but I've managed to get things done. I'm feeling a bit better this morning, so we shall see. I've not yet done Vlogmas in part 1 and 2, but we shall see how it goes. But I wanted to include all this and get this uploaded for you, so it might, if you've got last minute shopping to do, might give you some ideas coming to the last weekend before Christmas. Right, I have an apology to make about this card. I realised after it was uploaded the mistake I made. I did actually make a revised video. Unfortunately, I cancelled the first video before it was uploaded and thought I'd reloaded the correct and correcting my mistake, which was the card that was actually made by Carol. She's aware of this because I've spoken to her last night, but yes, it wasn't Jackie, it was Carol, which I realised after I played it back, went to change it as I said, and it just went to pot. That's what comes by trying to multitask at the same time as trying to do 3 or 4 things at once. And as I said, instead of the correct video going up, which was that clip that I'd replaced saying it was Carol and not Jackie, but there you are. So that was by Carol. I've just had some post. So this is from Anne, from Chatty Batty. She was Crafty Batty, but now she's Chatty Batty. And I've only just taken it out of the outer packaging. So I'm just opening it now. It was all padded out because that's the problem I'm having with certain items, especially homemade items. Putting it through the post and making sure that it's well sort of packaged, even with the padded envelopes, you know, you still have to be extremely careful. Use the scissors. I've got a sneaky feeling this video is going to be quite long with everything that I'm getting done. But that's only because I decided to do all the stocking fillers on the same video instead of splitting it, which probably if I'd done it earlier I could have. And it says this way up. Let's move that out of the way. Put the tissue paper up. Us crafters tend to save all tissue paper and everything. Especially if you need it for repackaging and everything. Oh, she's made this lovely, it's like a lovely card. Just be careful. So, and it's in silver with the snowflake. And if I'm careful. I remember her actually saying about these. I've not actually had a go at this. With love at Christmas and all year round, Anne, because it bends over like so. So I've not made one of these. Bends over like so, and then it catches on like so. Isn't that beautiful? Really will have to have a go at making these maybe next year. But oh, and I love all the sparkle and glitzy. So thank you, Anne, that is absolutely gorgeous. So move the tissue paper out of the way. So up there. And Merry Christmas, you can open now. Okay, I've got a snowflake and everything. As I said, we tend to keep all these sort of things. I don't know about anybody else. Let's see if I can lift that over the package. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I am running a little bit behind schedule with a lot of my videos. Not so much Vlogmas, but it's getting round to doing everything, and I do apologise for that. It's like the stocking fillers today, due to the fact that I was hoping to have done this earlier on. I think also I've normally started wrapping up in November. I haven't actually seen this, The Lady in the Van, but I'm looking forward to actually watching it. It was on my actual list, and I do like Maggie Smith, so I'm looking forward to watching this. Thank you very much. So I do like my movie time, even if I'm crafting at the same time. So thank you, Anne. I appreciate that very much, and I absolutely adore the card.